My name is Tommy, and I think I might be going insane. I grew up in a normal middle class home with loving parents and a sweet little sister. Everything seemed fine until one day when something very strange happened. I came home from school, and when I walked into the living room, I saw something that disturbed me. My mother and father were sitting on the couch, smiling and staring at the TV. The weird thing was that the TV wasn't on. Yet they were staring at it intently. They both turned to look at me and simultaneously said, "Hello, Timmy." My heart leapt into my throat. My name is Tommy. How could my own parents make a mistake like that? Is everything okay? I asked nervously. Everything is perfect, Timmy, my father replied. They were both smiling from ear to ear. It was creepy. I decided to go upstairs to talk to my sister. When I walked into her room, she was lying on her bed, staring at the ceiling. "Have you noticed anything strange about mom and dad?" I asked. She smiled at me and said, "No, Timmy, mom and dad are just perfect." My blood suddenly ran cold. In anguish, I shouted at her, "My name is Tommy!" Without another word, I backed out of the room. She was still smiling at me as I closed the door. I had no idea what to do. There was definitely something wrong with my entire family. I went into my bedroom and tried to think. I heard my father coming up the stairs. He went into his bedroom and closed the door. I decided to spy on him. So I went into the hallway and peeked through the keyhole. What I saw terrified me. My dad was standing in front of a mirror and he was smiling. His skin was getting pale. His face had turned weird. I was quite sure that wasn't my father. At that moment, he looked into the keyhole. It felt like he looked straight at me. That's when the panic set in. I ran down the stairs and out of the front door. As I was dashing down the driveway, I looked back and saw my mother at the front door. That wasn't my mom. Her skin color had turned the same as the man upstairs. Her face was weird. She was growling like an animal. And my entire family started chasing me. Since then, I have been on the run. All I can do is keep moving. Now that I know their secret, they can't afford to leave me. I keep moving from place to place, begging on the street for spare change. I tried to go to the police, but they wouldn't believe me. They said I was a runaway and tried to bring me back to my parents. I just narrowly managed to escape. I tried to go to the media, but every reporter I spoke just laughed in my face. I am tired of running. I am pretty sure that they killed my real family. My only reason for living now is to get revenge. Can anyone help me? My name is Timmy.